Hello and welcome to another quick update about VeChain. Not many changes since the last video. I had a few requests for another VeChain update. Again, I can only repeat that this coin for me is not really interesting until we get back above the 88.7% FIB level of the entire VeChain move. I mean, overall the chart doesn't look bad actually. It's doing it's a good chart. Yeah, it's a good chart, a very textbook structure A, B, C. But the 88.7% FIB level of the entire move is at 3.3 cents. And, this is the last level on the FIB ladder. If we stay below that level, it's never good for a coin. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it is dead, but it's just not a good place to be. Now, fair enough, a lot of cryptos do go below this level in the first bear market. On the other hand, a lot of coins also die. Yeah, but again, I don't want to suggest that VeChain is dying. Absolutely not. It's for me an interesting project, good project, whatever. But if it's good or interesting, doesn't really matter. From a technical analysis point of view, we want to get above the 88.7% FIB level as soon as possible. That is 3.3 cents. If we don't do that, we have to be focused here on the downside. Yeah. So of course, money could be earned here if you can trade this. Or if you want to trade this, but the question is, do you want to trade it? If the upside prospects are so uncertain, okay, just be aware of that, okay? It's just a word of warning here, a word of caution. Ultimately, what we need to see here is we've got two wave counts. We've got one wave count where we assume the low might have been in. This is not high probability. The yellow count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not high probability, yeah. There is another way to count this, but it is also not very likely. So at the moment, this is a count that's possible. Again, not very likely. If we draw the fibs here, I mean, so far of this move, we're holding at least the 78.6% FIB level. That is at 2.3 cents. If we go below this level again, or 2.27 cents, then I think we are going to go down straight away. Yeah, then we won't even see a larger wave 2 correction. I mean, we have already moved up in what you could consider the wave 2. We didn't quite reach my target. I missed it a little bit, but this could have already been a very weak wave 2, possible in such a weak environment. Yeah, so for me, not interesting. I would rather be focused here on the downside, to be honest. If we can break above 2.67 cents here, yeah, then we could expand further here in a wave 2, maybe all the way up to 2.96 cents. But then again, from here at the latest, I would expect a move down, and we would then move down lower. That's what it is. Really only if we can, and I'll tell you that level as well, really only if we get above the 3 cent level, or 3.1 cent, actually the 78.6% retracement. No, sorry, that's the wrong level. Let's go here. This is correct. No, it needs to be above 3.15 cents. Yeah, above the 78.6% retracement of the wave 1 here in the bearish count, the wave 1 in white. If we get above that level in a wave 2, it would just be very unlikely. It's still a wave 2. It gets unreliable. From that point of view, it makes sense to watch. Okay, to watch. And then ideally wait for the 3.3 cent level to break. And if we can then hold it, then we can be a bit more confident. But until then, I mean, what can I tell you? Of course, this could become an inverse head and shoulders, but that's all speculation. There are key levels here that we shouldn't break, and if we break them to the downside, for example, it's going to go down straight away. If we move above certain levels, like here the 3.15 cent level to the upside, it could be rather something bullish going on. Yeah, and these are the levels that we need to understand. They are relevant. Overall here, I wouldn't have a lot of confidence in VeChain at the moment. Yeah, so it's something I wouldn't be entering. I would just watch and see until we have a clearer pattern, because in the end, this is just a sideways movement. What we want to see is a clear impulse. We always want to wait for a 1-2 setup, and then we have an understanding that the low could be in. This at the moment also here, 1-2. Yeah, that was a 1-2 setup. Yeah, they appear all the time, and of course they can be traded. If you have a 1-2, then of course, the wave 3 trade would have been nice. Here as well, another 1-2 setup. Wave 3 account would have been nice. And I remember at the time we reached the area here, the target, yeah? So these 1-2 patterns, they happen all the time. They can be traded, of course. But, this was on a lower, let's say on a lower time frame. And on the larger time frame here, the larger pattern was only a 3-wave pattern so far. So it could very well be that this was just a correction and we're coming down impulsively. So again, these are the key levels. That's my update about VeChain. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.